Hello and welcome back to Spartan Music Monday.
Been listening since day one.
Day one, number one fan.
Number one fan.
I'm Mikayla.
Today.
Thank God I'm not a Jonas brother.
Yeah.
This is Lexi.
You off my rocker.
Off my rocker.
We're back! Welcome back to Spartan Music Monday. I'm Lexi and this is Mikayla.
Hi,
and this is our
welcome back.
And this is our special guest, Trevor Masnick.
Hi.
Today we are talking about Micheal Jackson's album Xscape.
Yes.
Okay. Trevor picked this album.
Interesting pick, Trevor.
Why did you pick this album?
Well, when I was talking about being on the show, I was trying to think of an album that I knew I could talk a lot about, and this is one of my favorite albums of all time, so for me it was an instant pick because there's so much detail behind it.
Okay. Yeah. Well, Micheal Jackson's an icon, obviously.
Oh, yeah.
One of the best music artists of all time. And he's got proof of that. Literally the best-selling album is still Thriller to this date, so that's really good. But yeah, the album, what did you think, Mikayla? What are your first thoughts about the album? Yeah.
I know a little bit of Micheal Jackson. I liked it. I was just like, some of these were things I hadn't really heard before. I liked it mostly.
Yeah.
It was different from what we usually review, but
I know.
I like the change of scenery. It was like
The
nice.
change of scenery, yeah.
So
It is
I
very
don't know
different
how
from
else to
what we
say it.
usually get. I agree with that. Because usually it's like poppy, which is fine.
Well, this is like the older version.
But this
of
is,
pop.
it's like, it
Yeah.
goes back. It goes
The
back.
90s
it's not
pop.
very,
Groovy.
it's not very 2023
It's got
mainstream.
especially like his versions have a lot more hip hop influence.
Yeah.
A lot of those like
Yeah.
harder beats with those bass lines are much more. In
For
that
like a
kind.
lot of the songs, I noticed I like the original track better.
Yeah, I would. So I 100% agree with that. The only song on here that I don't think I like his version more is "Slave to the Rhythm."
Yeah, I agree with that one.
That one, and that's probably my favorite song on the entire album.
Yeah.
But the final version, I think, of that song's a lot better than his.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah. So how did you come across this album, Trevor?
So that's actually a kind of cool story. I had been watching some music awards show, and the album had just come out, and there had been this big deal about how they were going to have a live performance of it, even though Micheal was already passed away. And so I had watched the awards show, and what they had done is they set up like massive screens and had like motion tracked, like created a Micheal Jackson performance, and they had live dancers in front of that interacting with it.
Wow.
And that was to Slave to the Rhythm. And so that's how and you can find the video online. I was
Yeah.
watching it earlier just because I wanted to watch it again. And it's awesome because they have like, it looks, do you know the album cover for Remember the Time?
Yeah.
The entire set is made to look like that album cover.
Wow.
And it's amazing.
cool.
And that was the first time I heard any songs on the album. And right after I saw that, my dad bought me the CD of the album, and I listened to it probably 1,000 times.
That's a really cool story, actually.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I like how you have like a little backstory.
I
for
love
that.
I love a
That's
good
nice. Yeah.
connection. Yeah. No,
Yeah.
because it brings depth and like meaning to the album instead of it just being like, oh, this music's good. Like you actually
Yeah.
have feelings
Yeah.
about it. So yeah, let me try to figure out. I think I really liked the song "Loving You" because I felt it was very cute.
Yeah, it's, I mean, it's like all of the songs are good, but that one's almost got a change in tone
Yeah, I
compared to
know.
the rest.
Yeah.
Like it's a very, like thematically, it's a
Yeah.
very dark album.
Well, yeah, the lyrics were pretty.
Yeah.
Wow. I was like, wow.
it gets messed up.
Yeah.
But that and Love Never Felt So Good, those are like the reprieves in the album from those very dark, especially Slave to the Rhythm.
Do you know where your children are? Oh God.
They're so very dark, and
That
so
was
those
crazy.
it's very it's
I really listened to that at 7:30 in the morning, and I was like,
yeah, no, it's wild.
yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, okay, what are we? Wow, good morning.
Basically.
Good morning, yeah.
No, it's for real what it was. I think, I don't know. I think it's definitely. I don't know how to explain what I'm trying to say. It's different from his other albums, but not at the same time. I don't know if that makes sense.
Like sound-wise, especially his versions,
Yeah.
are much more in tune with his older stuff.
Yeah.
Like a lot of them sound like the very old Michael Jackson, and then like the final versions sound a lot closer to like the stuff he was making
Before
when he was
he
yes.
Yeah. 'Cause
But yeah.
it was definitely dark.
Oh yeah.
I was
It was real
shocked
dark.
by the darkness of this album.
Oh, yeah.
Actually, because usually I feel like, well, his stuff isn't usually dark. It's not. I mean, it's just usually just kind of like you have Bad, which is kind of like his Taylor Swift Reputation album. Sorry, I don't know if you know what that means.
I have a vague idea.
Oh, lovely.
Yes.
But yeah, I feel like that was that. But this is just a different level of just
Well, you like thinking about it that way, you got to think about what he was
Going through.
when he was writing this. He was writing, like, he was making this and passed away before it was done. So all of those dark, like,
These were the archives.
These were the archives, and he was dealing with a lot of that, like, dark depression and things. And so, you know, art speaks to reality.
Mm-hmm.
He was talking about the things he was dealing with. Escape is the title track is about all the anxiety and stress that he was having about having his entire life broadcasted constantly.
Yeah, which is nuts. I couldn't imagine.
No.
Yeah, no.
Can't even go grocery shopping. Can't do anything. Like,
That's
I've seen
insane
videos of
to
him
me.
like just literally trying to be normal, and then people were all over him and his kids.
Well, that was like he was the icon.
The person.
Yeah, exactly. He was the person. Everyone knew Michael
Yeah.
Jackson. I can't even think of who I would compare him to today. There was no one who was on his level.
No. Yeah.
That would be like walking around and seeing Taylor Swift in the grocery store. It's just not.
That's
Yeah,
not reality.
That's true. If I saw Taylor Swift in the grocery store, I'd
Oh.
probably go up to her.
I would be so
like, get
nervous.
it,
I would be
but-
nervous, but yeah.
No, it's or like I think the only person like musically he's very similar. Like The Weeknd. That'd be like he's the only person who I think's recently come close to being on that level.
Yeah, The Weeknd sounds like him kind of in
Yeah.
Yeah.
some like verses he has, and I'm like, whoa, that's
Yeah.
kind of crazy. Yeah.
I've heard the two compared a good amount.
Oh my god, yeah, no, everyone compares them, and I'm like, well, this is kind of insane, just a little bit. I don't know what, like,
Well, because he pulls a lot from
yeah,
like stylistically.
which makes sense, because Michael Jackson is the top of the game here.
Yeah.
Everyone's competing with Michael Jackson forever. I don't know if anyone's ever gonna beat it, to be honest.
Yeah.
No, he's on that level because of how long he was in. Like he started performing when he was literally a toddler.
Yeah.
And so when you've had your name in the public eye for that long, you're gonna always have that infamy.
Yeah, I don't see a time where his name is gonna go away.
No, he's the king of pop. It's
Yeah.
like he's compared on that level to like Elvis. Like you're never not gonna hear about Elvis.
Yeah, which
Yeah.
he's been gone a long time.
Exactly. And you still, so many Elvis songs are still popular today.
Yeah, and I don't know if you've seen this, but they're making a Michael Jackson biopic where his nephew is going to be playing him.
I didn't actually hear about that yet.
Yeah,
That's interesting.
yeah.
That's definitely something.
Yeah, I'll have to show you the Instagram picture after that his
Yeah.
nephew posted. It's really crazy. I was like, wow, a biopic. I'm like, this is
Well,
crazy.
that's
Wonder what that's gonna
That's interesting.
look like.
He's like carrying on the family legacy, I
Yeah,
guess.
I guess so.
I don't
Which
know.
I
That's
was
interesting,
watching,
yeah.
like a video came up on my TikTok the other day of like his nephew performing and stuff, and he sounds like scarily like him a little bit.
Wow.
I'll have to pull that up.
Yeah.
yeah, I haven't seen that.
I'll have to pull up.
I don't know how. But
Like, I don't know. I was in shock. I was floored. I was like, really? Yeah. Anyway.
well, because like you talking about the biopic, I know he was. So at the same time he was working on the album, he was working on the This Is It tour, and they had did a whole biography like not a biography, like a documentary of like producing that tour, and it was like the last thing that he had like made at the time.
Yeah.
It's actually a really I don't know.
I've seen that
It's so
documentary.
good.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah. It was like it's almost haunting to watch that.
It
Because
is
you can
now.
see kind of his decline. Like now, if you think like as you get older. When I was younger and watched it, I didn't really notice. But like you can see him kind of just
Well, because we were like what like
5.
well he
maybe?
died in 2007 or
2009.
2009.
So we were
so
like
4 years
4. So that was
Yeah.
like we really didn't have a clue what
had
was
zero
going on.
conception of the
And
world.
we were like, oh, okay, yeah,
yeah, it was like Michael Jackson died. Who?
yeah. Who is even that? So that's good.
Wow.
Wow, great for us. But no, yeah, okay. back to the album. I think my least favorite song is Xscape. Not for the reason of the lyrics and his vocals and stuff, but I don't know. I don't feel
Which
like
version?
the produced, the like remastered.
Okay, because I think my second behind Slave to the Rhythm is his version of Xscape.
Yeah, I don't like the remastered
No,
one.
and I think like the reason I don't is because it loses his touch. When I was listening to, because I was re-listening to it recently, like a few months back, and if you listen to the intro to his, it's like him coming out of the prison cell and all
Yeah.
that. And it almost, like, and this is going to be a really weird comparison, but it almost made me think of, like, the Lil Nas X music video.
Oh my god,
Oh my
no.
God.
Like, you know what I'm talking
Yeah,
about?
I
Exactly
do.
what I'm talking about. But in my mind, it made me think of, like, the Smooth Criminal music video. And in my, like, I was thinking, if this album released, that music video would have been insane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, it would have, I totally imagine him, like, continuing the Smooth Criminal saga.
Oh my God.
Of, like, having that in a prison and doing, like, a full music video. And I'm, like, so much of me is mad that we
Yeah.
will never get to see that.
I know, because gone too soon.
100%.
Like, I can't, like, I know he wasn't going to tour anymore, but I can't imagine what he would be doing now.
Well, I get the sense that This Is It
Yeah.
wasn't
Wasn't
going to be,
it,
like, the
but-
revival tour. That,
But I
every
know,
artist
but
does
like,
that.
what would he be doing now for music? Like, I just want to know. I want to know how he would have gotten better, what would have changed.
Well, if he was alive today, he would be, what, like, 62?
Yeah,
He died when he was 50?
he could still be doing it.
Yeah, I mean, there are people who keep performing.
Paul McCartney's still out there. He's rocking.
He did songs.
He did songs with Paul
Paul
McCartney. That was great. Those songs are great.
There
Love
is-
those.
The one feature on this album. Did you guys listen to that? The Justin Bieber feature?
Not
the Justin
Oh
Bieber.
yeah, Justin Timberlake. Yeah.
Yeah,
That
I've heard
hurts.
that. I've
It
heard that.
physically hurts me to
I didn't
listen
listen to it on purpose because I just did
It's,
it.
like,
But I've heard that
interesting.
on TikTok.
It's
I
just
thought it
raw.
was strange, because I
Out
like
of all
never
people,
really like.
Justin Timberlake.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Like,
it's just like
and the
I'm
thing,
offended.
They mix it differently
Yeah.
for that one, and it's not it.
No.
It is not
Well, it's
it.
just like I never really like pictured Michael Jackson and Justin Timberlake like in the same
That
like,
wouldn't happen.
universe.
No.
Like they just don't exist.
He just
like, in
happened
the
to
same
not be
room.
here to say anything.
And it's like
I think it was literally he wasn't there to be able to argue against it.
I read up on it a little bit, and basically like the background of that was that Justin Timberlake wanted it to be more of a duet instead of a feature on the song, and it just sounds.
How do you do
so-
a duet with a dead guy? Like,
You can't.
like what?
No,
Well,
that's how I feel
it's
about
just
a
an
lot of
interesting
that.
mix.
Though.
I feel like it could have been done a lot differently, or maybe not at all.
Not at
Not
all.
at all
That
would've
would be
been the better
better.
moment.
That would have been better. That's what I feel about some of the album too. Like some of the production choices, I feel like I don't know.
The number one that I think of for like, and I literally have it ranked as like my bottom is Do You Know Where Your Children Are as their version.
Yeah, because
it is
the
so
original is
overproduced.
so much better.
Well, the original of that song, and like, it's because it's something I hadn't even put together
Yeah.
until my dad listened to the album. Is there's a song called A Horse with No Name.
I saw that when I was doing
Yeah.
research. Yeah.
So it's literally his is literally just new lyrics to that song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which like neither here nor there. I think it was kind of good. I
Yeah.
feel like could have used a little, and it definitely would have if he had been around for it, gotten a little more mixing done to
Yeah.
it. But I think I think that is probably the darkest, if not.
Yeah, and I feel like
second.
the production was just not.
No, it's like
It was just not it.
it's like all these risers and
Yeah.
like this like super upbeat chorus in the background, like
And then it hits one of those lyrics. And I'm like, ooh, that's like
Yeah.
not good.
ooh, not the,
That
why,
doesn't mix. Well.
why is the bass coming up and the lyrics are just going down?
Yeah, it was going downhill. But I'm like, would he? That was what I was thinking about too, listening to this album because it came out in 2014. I was like, would he have decided to make those choices?
Oh, 100% no. I
Like-
because I think this was going to be more of like a like back to basics type album, especially like the Love Never Felt So Good. His version is literally beats and a vocal, and that's it. And
Yeah.
it's so good.
Yeah.
Because he's got, and it gets forgotten a lot. He has an incredible voice.
Yeah.
And especially in like those produced versions, it gets drowned out.
Yeah, because they rise everything up, and
And like there's so much
he doesn't need that.
no, he
Yeah.
doesn't. He has so much skill.
He's
Why would
literally
you do
Michael
that?
Jackson.
Yeah, he doesn't need like the overcompensation
No.
and like everything else because his voice is just so good. And it's like, it kind of just doesn't really mesh. It sounds just kind of off. Like, I don't know.
Yeah. And, like, who let these people make that decision about what's the
that
production?
is sort of, like, I wish I was a fly on the wall in that room.
Yeah, like,
when they're sitting there going, turn the reverb up all the way and see how it sounds. And it sounds god-awful, and they're like, send it.
like, over Michael Jackson's voice, which is one of the most recognizable voices of all time.
You hear, like, 2 seconds of that.
And you're like, oh, that's Michael Jackson.
Yeah. And they're just like, but what if it wasn't?
But what if it was, we make this our project?
Like, how do we take Michael Jackson and make him not Michael Jackson?
Because I think that's what happened, is they were like, we just found all these old stems of Michael Jackson's. Like, this is like 5 years later.
Yeah.
They definitely, like, we're all sitting there like, oh, wait, we still have this. Why don't we finish it? And it's just, like, they definitely, whoever was producing that album definitely decided to make it their own a little bit.
Literally, why?
Well, yeah, 'cause when I was reading about it, there was, like, a lot being said about how Michael wanted to revamp these songs and, like, kind of change them around a little bit. But the way they did it was just so not his style. It was just so, like, out there. And, like, I don't know if it was, like, just an artistic choice, but I personally was a little confused by some of the little changes they made here and there, because it was just, like, you know.
No.
Yeah, no,
really
I don't think. I feel like they should have just released the originals. Honestly,
Yeah.
I think, like, like I said it again, the only one that I like their version more is Slave to the Rhythm.
Yeah.
Because I think it needed to be a little bit brighter because of how dark it was.
Yeah.
that oh,
It's like, that song alone you can make an entire show. It is.
it has levels. There's levels, and it
Yeah.
just digs, and I'm like, whoa.
And every time you listen to it, it gets not.
you notice something.
It doesn't get worse, but it gets like, oh.
Because I've heard that before this song, but I don't think I ever picked up on what it was actually saying.
Yeah.
And then I listened to it today, and I was like, wow.
Mm-hmm. And that's like, because if you watch that, like, live performance, they don't really show, like, in their performance does not match the themes of the song.
Yeah.
And it was one of those, like, you have to listen to the song on its own to register how many layers in, because it's one of those, it's almost like rap vocals where you gotta, like, listen to it a few times to see how many, like, rhymes and rhythms. If you listen to Slave to the Rhythm and listen to it with almost, like, think about it a different way, it tells a different story.
Yeah. I love that about music, just in general, is you can interpret it any way you want to.
Yeah.
But, you could never do choreography to that and have
No,
it right.
and the thing is, they try to, and it, like, they do it to, like, in that live performance, they do it to the beat in the start.
Yeah.
Like, they extend the beat out so that they have, like, this performance in the start, and then they finally, like, bring it all together. But it's just, it is very much like a, oh my god, where did this come from?
On? Yeah, no,
Yeah.
my god.
Which is a lot of this album, like, A Place With No Name is literally about Michael Jackson cheating.
Yeah. Oh my god, the part too. Is it this song where he was, like, talking about the affair, and then in the back it was saying, like, the consequences of it?
Yeah,
Was
yes. Because it's actually, A Place With No Name is, like, the opposite of Chicago.
Yeah.
A Place With No Name, he's talking about, like, I'm abandoning my family. In Chicago, he's like, oh wait, you're married? Talking to, like, the woman, like.
Oh wait, maybe I'm talking about Chicago. I don't know. I get them mixed up.
In Chicago, it's one of the lines is like, I'm not the kind of man who, if I'd known you were married, I wouldn't do this.
That is the song I'm talking about. Because then in the back, he's kind of screaming in the background vocals.
He's like,
Just
oh
a
my
little
god.
Yeah, so, yeah, that's the one I'm talking about. But still, A Place With No Name, that one was crazy too.
Yeah, that one, because something Michael Jackson does in a lot of his songs is he goes with, like, that folk, like, storytelling.
Yeah.
Like, that's most of these.
Constantly telling a story, and that's why his music videos are so insane.
Well, that's like Slave to the Rhythm.
Yeah.
Slave to the Rhythm is not Slave to the Rhythm. I'm thinking of Smooth Criminal. Like,
Smooth Criminal.
Slave to the Rhythm is story in a different term, but, like, Smooth Criminal is, like, that story of Annie, are you okay?
Yeah.
And then, like, Xscape is the story of, like, his own stresses.
Yeah. And then even Thriller's, the music video is just crazy.
That is, again, like, there's a reason why that's one of the most. That is the
Yeah,
most
because
sold album.
that made like history. Nobody was doing that at the time. It was the early 80s.
Have
Nobody
you
was
guys,
doing that.
this is something I was actually talking to Barros about. Have you guys heard Starlight?
No, I don't think so.
So when Michael Jackson originally made the song for Thriller,
Yeah.
Thriller wasn't the lyrics at all.
Oh my god.
He had
wow.
the lyrics Starlight, which was almost a completely different story of like, it's much more of a romance song, like a
Yeah.
lighthearted romance song, but the beat's very similar. And I was listening to it a few days ago. It's wild because the album's director didn't like it and was like, why don't we make it darker? And so Michael Jackson rewrote the lyrics and we got Thriller, which became
The biggest
Thriller.
thing
Yeah.
ever. I wonder if it would have done. It probably would it have done the same if it was Starlight.
I mean, listen to it and tell me like
I'll listen
Yeah.
to it and
It
I'll let
is-
you know.
it is. I think it would have done well. It wouldn't have been
It
Thriller.
wouldn't have been Thriller, no.
Because it's, and half of the reason why Thriller was so big is because it was that music video.
Yeah.
Like, you don't have choreography of 1,000 zombies dancing. Not go.
Yeah.
And it still comes up every Halloween.
Exactly.
No, it does. It's like iconic.
Like that used to be like when Party City was iParty. That used to be the
Oh my gosh, I
commercial
forgot about that, yeah.
back in the
iParty.
day.
That
I'm
just
actually
took
become
me back. Oh my
20,000
God.
years old, 18. But when it
Yeah.
was iParty,
That's,
Or like when they used to do like the school dances for like Halloween and stuff.
Yeah.
That would be the like
that was like
first
the number
song they
one
played.
song.
yeah, everyone.
They would replay it like at least twice.
Well, yeah.
Because everybody just.
It's Thriller. Everyone goes nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't, like, he's just, in every song he makes is
Yeah.
a
That's
best
Good.
hit.
Yeah. Oh, I don't know. I don't even know how someone could be that creative. It blows my mind.
It is. It's insane.
Yeah, because he could like beatbox and everything. He could do anything.
Yeah, well, you can literally just hear someone go hee hee.
Yeah,
And
I
it's
do it all
Michael
the time.
Jackson.
I do that. I say that all the time.
I don't want to do like
oh my
this. the
gosh,
full
that
screen.
reminds me of this time like a week or two ago that me and my friends was at Chili's, and our waiter looked like Michael Jackson, to the point where we like.
You thought he was reincarnated, and you
we
were like,
kept
"Oh my
making-
god!"
As a
we
Chili's
kept
waiter.
making, like, Michael Jackson jokes, so he'd come over and we'd be like, hee.
No
Or
way.
we would just like make really
That's just
stupid
mean.
puns, but it was so funny, and like he thought it was a compliment. He was like, "Oh my gosh, thank you," but like, you know,
You're like, take it
yeah,
how you want to take
it was
that.
just funny.
That's just like.
Well, he just
damn.
had like really strong facial structures.
Yeah.
I mean like.
Is
So
this
what
like,
you're saying is
this
Michael
like
Jackson,
old Michael Jackson or like the Michael Jackson like?
like 2000s Michael Jackson.
Like older.
Oh god.
Like okay.
Yeah.
Oh my god. So what you're saying is he's actually working at Chili's.
Yeah. He didn't actually die.
He's
it,
here.
It was fake. So
and
he
he's
could go-
working at
He's, like-
Chili's.
yeah, he's working undercover at Chili's.
He wanted that normal life.
Yeah.
He escaped.
Yep.
He escaped. He did.
That was a
That
good
was
one.
really good. Wow. It's like he's been here all this whole time. We make stupid jokes like
Yeah,
that
we
all
do
the
that
time.
all the time. We try to make stupid puns and it doesn't really work
Yeah,
out.
that was really good.
You
But
got
that was unexpected. I didn't get it until she was like,
That was really
yeah, that was funny.
That was punny.
Funny.
Wow.
God.
That's horrible. Michaela. I
Yep.
appreciate that. Anyway,
You're welcome.
do we want to rate the album?
So do you guys go like 1 out of 10, A, B, C?
1 out of 10.
1 out of 10.
1 out
but
of
we
10.
didn't do like. I mean, we did kind of discuss.
We
hot
did
takes.
we did hot takes within the first
Yeah.
thoughts.
So I
in this
guess those
conversation.
were our hot takes.
Yeah, our hot
then.
takes were Michael Jackson wouldn't have made those those decisions.
Oh God, no.
Yeah.
So yeah,
That's the hot take. It would have been a
Yeah.
different album if it was
yeah, it
his
would have been
choice.
very different.
Oh, agreed. And I don't even know if that's like a hot take. I feel like that's just like.
That's just the
That's
facts.
just facts.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
Hot
can easily like
facts.
interpret that from just listening
His
to his
versions.
music.
yeah, yeah.
But
They're so
out of 10, I don't know. Should I start?
If you want to,
I would say like a 6 out of 10.
okay.
I mean, okay.
I'm gonna take that personally. I'm gonna be real.
Yeah, it's okay. But like overall, it would be a 6 out of 10. I did like his versions of the music. It didn't really stand out to me though. It's not really like the kind of music I listen to. It's nothing personal though. It's still a good album, and I did enjoy talking about it and doing research because it was actually really interesting. So
Yeah, okay. You want to go next? Or you want me to go next?
I'm good either way.
Okay, I'll
Oh,
go
good for
next,
you.
just so if you don't like what I say, we can
Yeah.
talk about it. Listen,
Oh.
It's
Yeah.
not bad. It's Michael Jackson, so it's never bad. But I'm going based off of like his other stuff.
His other stuff?
Yeah, like
Okay.
Thriller, Bad, like the other ones.
The other
Remember
ones.
the Time, like Invincible. This is a 5 out of 10.
Whoa.
Damn.
And no offense to you.
No, I'm not taking offense. I'm more just like,
I don't think
that is very low.
Yeah, I don't think we've ever rated anything below like
Because
a
I was
7.
mad at the people who remastered this.
All right, what if
Yeah.
you just did his versions?
His
How would it land?
version, 7.
Yeah, that's not bad. That's like an average.
That's an average.
Yeah.
That's an average score for us.
But I feel like the remastered ones
The
are just gonna
but
ruin
the
it, if
remastered
I'm being
sink it.
honest.
And they really put the remasters first.
yeah.
It's like remasters,
so you have to
then
like
his.
like I was listening to it in order and I had to get through all of those before I got to his version because I
Exactly.
wasn't gonna like go back and forth. I was just like
So
we'll just
those
go in
production
order.
people, they get a 5
Yeah.
from me. That means
think
a
that's
lot.
fair.
That
Yeah.
means a
I
lot
think
coming
that's fair.
from Spartan Music Monday. Like they better
Yeah.
they better
Clean up their
clean
act.
up their act
Yeah,
right
exactly.
now. But no, Michael Jackson personally, vocally, gets a 7 for this.
I give it an 8. Just
An 8, okay.
Yeah, that's not bad.
I think that's a fair rating.
Yeah.
Because they, like, if it was just his, that's like a 9. But like
They ruined
they,
it.
They
Yeah,
trampled
they
this
tainted a little
beautiful
bit.
work.
Why would they do that? They don't need
they
to
really
do
thought
that.
they were doing good with it too. Like
He's Michael
you have to be
Jackson.
confident to release something like that.
You have to have a certain level of ego
Yeah.
to play with Michael Jackson's
least, like-
work and then be
Yeah.
like, I am good enough to drop this and think it's on par.
Like it would have been better if they just didn't even touch anything.
Yeah.
Like just
Yeah.
leave it.
Just,
Leave it
just
alone.
give me the Slave to the Rhythm remaster. The rest of them can
That
go
could have
away.
been. That could have came out after the fact.
Yes.
That could have been like how
Exactly.
people do remixes. That could have been that.
It's like he was dead and then they like made it worse.
Yeah,
Like
they're
they
like,
just,
he's,
like-
he's gone, and we are gonna trample his
yeah,
legacy
like instead
right
of
now. Oh
like
my
this is just a
God.
personal opinion obviously, but instead of being like, oh yeah, like in honor of Michael Jackson, like here's some music that he never got around to releasing and it's like sweet, and everybody's like
Excited.
oh, this is nice. No, they had to go and like throw some extra little touches in
that I didn't want.
They're
That
sitting in the
were
studio being like,
awful.
let's add some spice.
You
and
didn't
it's
need
just,
that.
no.
When you're dealing with Michael Jackson, you don't need that.
Nah.
No.
Like I don't know what made them think that they needed.
Well,
I'm
like,
like
one of his best songs ever is They Don't Really Care About Us. It's a drum line in him singing.
exactly. Like
So
if they
it's
just
like-
released just him
Yeah.
singing, no production, it would go viral.
Well, it's proof
So-
that like he's
A master.
the foundation of all of his music, so it's like everything else doesn't really matter in terms of like the music and stuff, and so like they just overdid it a little bit.
They were like,
on
we're
the
gonna show what we
production.
can do. That's not what we want.
Yeah.
We want Michael Jackson. We don't want
Yeah.
whoever produced this, which I don't remember. I
I don't actually know off the top of
Yeah,
my
I
head.
have no
Because
idea.
it was said it in the research, but I just really
They
don't
should
remember.
be forgotten for
Yeah,
that.
that's the
Yeah.
thing.
They don't deserve the
They weren't
infamy.
important enough for me to write it down. Because it was like,
I just imagine like the people who work on this album somehow stumble across this and just like take it so personally.
Oh, I
Yeah.
hope they do. I hope they do.
get me in the studio.
just
I
do
will
it.
help. I will erase all of
It's
it.
funny because like every week, usually me and Lexi are like, if you're watching this, we love you. This week we're like,
I hope you take this personally.
yeah, I hope you take this personally. I hope you think about this for the rest of your career. I hope you.
I hope
really
you know
just, like-
I am personally offended on behalf of Michael Jackson for what you did
This
to this.
this was not a good final
Yeah.
album for the
Like,
career.
I hope you can't sleep at night because of this.
I hope your pillow is
You're s-
warm.
You're just rolling around in bed because you're like,
I hope
"Oh my
there's
God, I can't
crumbs
believe I did
in
that to
your
Michael
bed."
Jackson."
that's
That's a personal offense.
you can wish anything on someone. Do not. Oh, that's just
Crumbs
mean.
in your bed.
Oh my God. That's
weird.
how mad I
Oh my
am.
god, that was
That's a hot
so
take.
brutal. Yeah, Lexi's hot take is that she wishes these producers had crumbs in their bed.
Yeah. Who does that to Michael Jackson? Who does that? I'm getting aggressively more mad as time
Yeah.
goes by of this.
I mean, he was definitely an interesting person, but like his music is unbeatable.
It is.
So it's
They
like
tried. They tried to beat it.
They
they failed
couldn't.
miserably.
they didn't even start. They just
Yeah,
Nah.
they kind of fell off script there.
why did they do that? That's a question.
Some
we'll never
producer
know.
somewhere was out for glory.
They didn't get it.
They didn't
Maybe
get
it was like
Not
an
from
artistic
me.
choice, or like
Did,
they
like,
thought it was gonna be great, but
Do you think the hardcore Michael Jackson fans were all over this when this came out?
Oh, I mean, like, I was like 7.
Yeah.
No, I was like 9. I was not.
So all we
sitting
can
on-
do is guess.
Yeah.
But
I'm sure if you go back on like online and go back to looking at original reviews, you're gonna have like the people who are like, oh, it was so good, and then you're gonna have like every person who thinks Beat It is the best song of all time sitting there going like, I will find all of these producers.
that's
Yeah.
me right now.
Yeah.
I will find them and put crumbs in their bed. Other than but other
No, but
than
like
that,
what
no.
kind of crumbs? Just like
Ritz cracker crumbs.
yeah, oh, that is evil. That's actually evil.
That's a personal attack.
Why
Because,
would
like-
you do that?
Like, but
That
what are you
was
talking
loud.
about?
That was
Yeah.
loud. What
We're
was
talking
that?
about us, but
Giles is giving his opinion in the back.
yeah.
But no.
He's gonna come out and be like, "What did you just say?"
Anyway,
Anyways, doesn't matter.
I
what
do
he
have to
thinks.
ask though. Is there an album that is like rated 10 out of 10 for you?
I don't know. I can think of like some heavy like 9 like I don't
Got
know.
any like 9.5s? Like
9 point like Thriller's like a 10 out of 10.
Obviously.
Okay.
Obviously, but that's like a given. If you
That
don't
has
rate
to
Thriller
be.
10 out of 10,
You're just wrong.
You're just
and you
wrong.
have to
Yeah.
accept
it's
that.
it's an
Understood.
objectively
uh-huh.
amazing album.
Okay.
I think that's the only one I can think of off the top of my head.
Also, you have to like kind of think about it. Like, you gave two Swifties a Michael Jackson album to listen to and review. So like, yeah, we're not gonna give it the best.
And like
for
I
you.
love Michael Jackson, but not this Michael Jackson and whatever these producers did.
This isn't Michael Jackson. That's the problem.
I think they should just chop the front half of this album off,
Yeah.
And leave the bottom.
and then all of a sudden it just jumps scores.
And take Justin Timberlake off, please.
We don't. You know what? I hella respect for Justin Timberlake. He's where he
Yeah.
is because of like being pretty good. Please never go near Michael Jackson's work again.
They don't mix. They don't even make sense together.
No. Just in
They
all
don't
ways.
exist
No.
in the same world.
No.
No.
They're
Bring back
not.
Paul McCartney.
Oh my god, please.
Imagine Paul McCartney on that song instead.
Please. It would be so
Oh,
much
God.
better.
so good.
Are you kidding me? Oh god.
That would actually. Now I'm kind of sad we didn't get that.
Yeah.
If Paul McCartney is out there listening to this, please hop on one of these.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Any of
Reach
them.
out to the producers.
Reach
and, you
out.
know,
Please.
To the producers that destroyed this and tell them that you can save them.
that you
You
need
can
to
save
be
them from
on
the Ritz
it.
crackers.
Yeah.
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 Uh-huh.
Yeah, it better be real soon. This album came out in 2014.
Lexi's gonna-
It is 2023, almost 10 years later,
It's the
and
day
I'm
of reckoning.
here. I'm here.
Yeah.
I will rue the day.
You're gonna drive to the store after this and like get Ritz crackers and just start crushing them. Like
You
with
see
just
me,
like
you
you
anger
see
in
me
your
in the
eyes.
middle of the aisle. Like, get her out of here.
Or like somebody sees you in the parking lot and you're just like
Yeah.
just like crunching these crackers, just like crumbling them into bits and pieces so that you can show up to these people's houses and put crumbs
You just
in them.
you break it and just
Yeah.
Also, this is completely a joke. Lexi's not gonna show
Yeah,
up
I'm
to
not
their
gonna do
houses.
this.
Nope.
no emissions of guilt on Spartan Music Monday are
I have
included.
no idea where any of these people live. Nope.
They're gonna use this in court.
We're not doing that.
We
It
have-
was just a prank. It was a joke for comedy.
We have no idea how to use white pages. We have no idea where they live.
Spartan Music Monday is not at fault if there are crumbs in anybody's bed. Sorry.
It's the weirdest
there are
tangent
crumbs-
ever.
If
This
there
is
are
what
crumbs in
happens
your
on
bed,
here.
it's probably your fault. So you might want to
Yeah,
take
maybe
care of that
don't
and
eat
do
in
some
your bed.
laundry.
But
Yeah.
that's what this show is. Constant tangent.
Yes.
Well, I was watching back some of the clips and I just saw the one where Barros just decided halfway through he was going to
just
be on
gonna
the
show
episode.
Up. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that was fun.
And just sits down. Oh, Caroline.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, yeah.
I was confused as to what he was doing then, because we were just talking and I thought he was like fixing something. Nope, he just like put on headphones and sat
I
down.
thought he was
like,
about to tell us we weren't recording, and I was like,
yeah,
Great.
that's happened before.
yeah, good morning,
Unfortunately.
Uxbridge. Yeah.
Yes.
But anyway, before we go, is Michael Jackson your favorite artist?
By far. Easy.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I could kind of tell.
I love
I got
that.
that vibe.
I love that for you.
It's the nicest way of saying I don't agree.
That,
Taylor Swift's my favorite artist.
Obviously.
Obviously.
well, I just remember you guys came in, you came in talking about Midnight's Raven about it.
I was raving, and you were like, Taylor Swift's alright.
Yeah. Like,
Yeah, it's.
like,
I
if,
mean,
like
And I was like, don't kill my vibe.
it was alright. It's not Michael Jackson.
I mean, I will admit Taylor Swift isn't equal to Michael Jackson's success.
no, but they're not like comparable.
They're not
in
the
that way.
same.
Because they have different things that are going for
That's
them.
why I struggle to compare artists, because if they're not making the same type of music or anything, like, it's just hard to kind of
Yeah.
Yeah.
compare.
Understood.
Yeah. Okay. Are we done?
I think so.
Yeah, I
Right.
think that was a pretty.
That was pretty crazy at the end there. Anyway, I
Just
apologize.
got
casually
really
threatening
hateful
producers and
today.
going off.
I
I've
apologize.
actually never like had that much negative things to
Yeah,
say about.
this is a first. We've
Yeah.
never had this much negative
usually
comment,
really-
and it's
really
kind of
nice.
it's kind of good.
It's really taking out your anger
It's
and
kind
stress
of
on
a
these
break
producers.
from the being like, oh, it was good, and then we move on to the next
yeah,
song.
and we're like, it was okay. Wasn't my favorite, but it's okay.
I didn't
We're just like,
write
we will
anything.
come after you.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
was nice to get out that aggression.
But
I hope you guys come back next week.
yes, hope you enjoyed. We'll see you next week. Bye.
Bye.